Greetings, homeboys and homegirls. Today we're going to take a look at Jay's Treaty, a treaty between the United States and our old mama, England. And kind of the big idea straight out of the APUSH PDF file is, although George Washington's farewell address warned about the dangers of political parties and permanent foreign alliances, European conflict and tensions with England and France fueled increasingly bitter partisan debates throughout the 1790s. Boring. What the heck does that mean? And here's the reality. When George Washington, Mr. General Commander-in-Chief, takes office in 1789, he's got a whole bunch of problems. England, France, Spain, Native American issues. And we're going to look at these in all sorts of different videos, so check them out. But today we're going to focus on England. And England and us, we signed the Treaty of Paris in 1783. It ended the American Revolution. But there were all sorts of issues lingering between us that kept us from being friends.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
In fact, these issues kind of divide them up into the three Fs. They were not our friend in the 1790s. They continued, in spite of the Treaty of Paris saying otherwise, they continued to maintain forts on U.S. soil. They continued to trade with the native people on U.S. soil, things like fur, but also firearms. For example, the British openly sold firearms to the Miami Confederacy. So you got this kind of lingering tension left over from the American Revolution between us and England. Another thing that happens is, remember those guns? Well, in another lecture, we take a look at Little Turtle and his confederacy, the Northwest Confederacy, winning some battles, killing many Americans using these weapons, many of them which were obtained by trade with the British. And of course, this is going to play a key role because in those pink circles, you see the forts, the British forts, on American soil. Now, there's another issue, and that brings us to APUSH vocabulary time. And that word is impressment. And impressment is nothing other than an act of kidnapping a ship, its contents, men, and forcing them into your navy. So why are we talking about impressment? And the reality is both England and France throughout the 1790s was harassing American shipping, challenging Washington's neutrality. England and France were both taking our seamen, our ships, and its cargo and impressing them into the British Navy. And so you have all these issues kind of building up between the United States and England. And Alexander Hamilton, his whole economic plan, with the excise taxes and the tariff and the bank, he really wants to develop American manufacturing, and he also really wants to trade with England. And he's worried about a potential war with England, so he wants peace between the U.S. and England. He doesn't like the French Revolution. The Federalist Party tended to be against the French Revolution. And so he sends the homeboy John Jay, a Supreme Court judge, to London to negotiate in 1794 a treaty to try to prevent war. Now, this thing is not going to go very well because he's burnt in effigy. In fact, when he comes back with this treaty, here you see John Jay being burnt in effigy. And if you don't know what effigy is, there it is, some vocab for you. Now, why is this treaty, why is John Jay getting this reaction? Well, there are some good things. And the good things are the British agreed to say bye-bye to their forts on a U.S. soil. So they promise under the treaty to evacuate those forts, and they also agree to pay for the damages of American ships that were stopped and taken into the British Navy. So this is good. People are liking this. But on the flip side, there's a lot of bad that people say, especially the Jeffersonians. They're saying, let's renegotiate this treaty. Because the bad...
Think about it and renegotiate the terms of the treaty. And that's what I'm talking about.
In this treaty, they don't agree to stop their impressment, their future maritime seizures. They never kind of pledged to actually stop doing this. And there's no agreement to stop supplying the weapons to the Native Americans. And another issue that kind of is not on this slide, but still important, is there was no agreement reached in Jay's treaty for the British to compensate Southerners for slaves taken during the American Revolution. So Southerners are angry too. And as a result of this treaty, because when the vote takes place in Congress to get the 2/3 required vote to approve it, it is approved, but it's the Federalists who approve it. It's Washington who puts his good name behind it. But the opposition, the Jeffersonians, are just angry and they roar.
And you're gonna hear me roar.
In fact, the vote on the treaty and the negotiation of the treaty is going to breathe new life into the growing Democratic Republican Party because they're the ones leading the opposition. And it reveals, here's the make you look smart moment, it shows you that this treaty is very unpopular and that it gives further life to the Democratic Republican Party, and it reveals the partisan divisions that were kind of a part of this period in the 1790s. And now we all know you is so smart now. And once again, thank you for watching another Jocz Productions video. Click like, tell a friend, and don't let people treat you like a mushroom. If you don't know what that means, post a comment, and I'll spread the wisdom. Peace.